students, and a big hello to everyone watching around the Philippines. I am Teacher Mike, your technology and livelihood education teacher. In this episode, we will be focusing on one of the TLE strands under the Information and Communications Technology, and that is the Contact Center Services strand. This aims to prepare students who will soon be part of the growing business and process outsource industry in the Philippines. So bring out your pen and paper and join me as we build your knowledge towards a better future, one skill at a time. Welcome to TLE 9.
Let us study TLE. Let us study, come with me. All of the knowledge and all of the skills will help you to be life ready. Will help you to be life ready.
Does your neck hurt? Are your eyes itchy? Are you feeling some back pain? In every workplace, occupational safety and health must always be present and felt. A contact center practitioner must know and follow the employer's safety precautions, which are also mandated by Philippine law. In this episode, we will be discussing the different safety measures that can be applied in your workplace or even at home. We will also find out and provide examples of hazards and risks in the workplace and how they can be avoided. Based on the Republic Act No. 11058, occupational safety and health standards refer to a set of rules issued by the Department of Labor and Employment which mandates the adoption and use of appropriate practices, means, methods, operations, or processes and working conditions reasonably necessary to ensure safety and healthful employment. In short, an employer must adhere to these standards to ensure that his or her employees are kept healthy and safe at all times, and that there are safeguards in the working environment that will prevent any injuries or accidents from happening while they're at work. In connection with the Republic Act 11058 on OSH standards, I would like you to think of these two words, hazard and risk. What comes to mind when you hear these words? Do you know the difference between the two? A hazard is any source of potential damage, harm, or adverse health effects in relation to something or someone. On the other hand, a risk is a chance or probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health effect exposed to a hazard. For example, someone with a cold who sneezes without covering his or her nose is an example of a hazard to some people around him or her. If both of you are not wearing a mask, the risk of getting a cold is very high. But if both of you are wearing masks, keeping a safe distance from each other, disinfecting, and washing your hands regularly, the risk of getting sick or getting a cold from the person who sneezed is low. Do you want another example? Okay, here's another one. Yes or no? What about talking to a stranger and providing personal information online? Do you think it is also considered a hazard? I'm sure you are all going to say yes. Yes, it is a hazard because the risk of that person stealing your personal information and using it for illegal purposes is very high. So be careful and do not give information to people you don't know, especially on social media. Contact center employees spend most of their time on computers talking and assisting customers to help address their needs. However, a consequence of focusing on assisting customers with their needs during their daily shift also makes them prone to some computer-related health disorders, which are quite common in most call centers in the Philippines. So what are these computer-related health disorders? They are the work-related musculoskeletal disorders, visual or eye fatigue, voice fatigue, and hearing fatigue. Let us now discuss the first two common health and safety concerns. As mentioned previously, call centers or contact center representatives are always in front of their computers, and doing it for a long periods of time may have an adverse effect on their musculoskeletal system and also their eyes. Work-related musculoskeletal disorders are a group of painful disorders of muscles, tendons, and nerves. Pain is the most common symptom associated with work-related musculoskeletal disorders. And in some cases, there may be joint stiffness, muscle tightness, redness, and swelling of the affected area. Some workers may also experience sensations of pins and needles, numbness, skin color changes, and decreased sweating of the hands. For computer users, the affected areas are usually the neck, shoulder, wrist, and the lower back. For call center agents, computer use is very demanding on the eyes since their work is done at a close distance over a long period of time. This is why eye discomfort is becoming one of the most common health concerns at present. Visual fatigue symptoms include burning eyes, blurred vision, itchiness, redness, tearing or dryness, headaches, and sometimes pain in the shoulders, neck, and back. If you experience visual fatigue, it is probably caused by poor lighting, glare, poor screen resolution, poor sitting posture, improper viewing distance, and dry air. Aside from sitting and staring at your computer for a long time, call center employees also spend their time talking and listening to their customers using their headsets. With the numerous conversations they need to deal with each day, their hearing and their speaking voice could also be compromised. Aside from the inability to speak and modulate, they could also experience pain, tension, croakiness, irritation, coughs, and breathing difficulties. If they are in a noisy environment, agents usually increase the volume of their headsets, which may eventually lead to hearing loss, ringing in the ear, and ear pains. This can also be linked to nausea and headaches due to the exposure to high noise levels. Hearing problems may also arise from sharing headsets, which increase the risk of ear infections. Well, nobody wants to experience any injuries or accidents while working, right? And since we are already aware of the different computer-related health disorders, the Occupational Safety and Health Center of the Philippines, together with the Department of Labor and Employment, have come up with some recommendations to promote health and safety in the workplace. Here are some of the health and safety tips for computer use. When adjusting and customizing your workstation, position the top of the monitor below eye level to favor a downward gaze. Maintain a comfortable viewing distance of about an arm's length. Tilt the monitor backward by about 10 to 20 degrees. Adjust the color, brightness, and contrast for eye comfort. Place the monitor perpendicular to the window or light source to reduce glare. Close the blinds or dim the lights if there is too much of a reflection or glare, and always keep the monitor clean. When doing computer work, make sure your office chair has the following features: an adjustable height, an adjustable armrest height and splay, appropriate lumbar support, edges that are rounded, a 5-leg base for stability, fabric that breathes, and a seat pan that fits and swivels. You must adjust the keyboard for a comfortable posture of the hands and wrist. Place the keyboard at approximately your seated elbow height. The keyboard height should allow the shoulders to be relaxed. Your wrist position should be straight and not bent or rotated. And place your mouse next to the keyboard to avoid frequent reaching. Here are some of the good work practices to prevent aches and pains. Frequently change body positions while maintaining a neutral body posture. Alternate between standing and sitting. This in turn may help prevent neck and back pains. Arms and hands should be relaxed when not typing. Hands may be placed on the lap instead of holding the fingers poised over the keys. There are several measures for reducing noise in the workplace. Noisy areas and equipment can be put in a separate place to prevent exposure of call center employees to the high-level sounds being generated. A quiet environment around the workstation area means that your agents do not need to increase their headset's volume, lessening the risk of getting ear injuries. And remember, if you are working as a call center agent, it is a big no-no to share your headsets with others as it may cause ear infections. it's unhygienic. But just in case you do, make sure to clean it properly before and after use to prevent the spread of infection. According to the UCLA Health Org, here are some of the tips that may help prevent eye strain from computer use. Follow the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at an object at least 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. Can you do it for me now? Ready? Go! There! How does it feel? You could also put a note on your computer reminding yourself to blink. Reduce the brightness of your computer screen or use a screen filter to reduce computer glare. You must sit 2 feet away from the computer screen and make sure you are looking at the monitor slightly downward. Correcting your posture and following the recommendations we discussed will really help you avoid workplace-related aches and pains. However, it is also important for you to remember that working non-stop is not good for you. Why not take some breaks in between and do some quick exercises? Don't you think it's a good idea? But what kind of exercises can I do? Well, do not worry because I know someone who could help us with that. I invited a friend of mine who is also a yoga teacher, and his name is Maleriado. He will show us the different exercises that can help you relax at the same time keep you going while you are at your office or even at home. Students, parents, and to everyone watching right now, let's have a short break and let's exercise. Are you ready? Let's watch this.
Hi everyone, welcome to my office, Yoga with Maleriado. This is easy to follow and it will energize your body and gives you more better concentration and focus. So you need a chair. So right now, just go in front of your chair and we will need to release and lengthen the spine because every day we sit like this. So you want to correct our posture more and remind to sit taller. So now sit down on your chair and then place your right shin above your left thigh, arms up, inhale, lengthen, and then slowly reach forward and then exhale, round your back and stay here. Breathe. 5. Now notice and feel the sensation on the right side of your hip. 3, 2, then slowly ragdoll up, inhale, arms up again, inhale, lengthen, rest your back. And again, switch leg now, place your other leg on top of your knee. And exhale again, reach forward, hips pushing back, exhale, round your back and melt down. Eyes on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly come back up and release. Now place your fingers on top of your shoulders. Let's create 5 big circles here. This is really good for shoulder joints, wrist and fingers. 2, and then forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, down. Again, inhale, arms up to stand. Exhale, push your hip back. Exhale, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, push your hip back to your chair. And arms up again. Inhale. And exhale, arms by your sides. So that's our quick office yoga with Maleriado. Thank you so much for joining and enjoy the rest of the day.
Students, I am sure you all enjoyed our quick exercise. But now, I want to find out what you have learned from our topic. So it's review time. I will show you some photos and I want you to identify which work-related health disorders is being expressed in the photos. If it is musculoskeletal disorder, eye fatigue, hearing fatigue, or voice fatigue. You will have 5 seconds to answer. Are you ready? Let's start with photo number 1. The correct answer is visual fatigue. Here is photo number 2. The correct answer is musculoskeletal disorder. Photo number 3. The correct answer is hearing fatigue. Photo number 4. The correct answer is voice fatigue. And for our last photo, the correct answer is musculoskeletal disorder. Good job, students! I am sure you all did well in this activity. Let us now move on to the next one. For this activity, you are going to spot the hazards. Now that we know the potential hazards are found everywhere in the workplace or even at home, we cannot afford to ignore these hazards as they expose us to possible risk. It is also very important to know this possible risk so we could avoid future accidents or injuries from happening. To help you answer this activity and make this more exciting, I have invited some grade 9 students to help us figure out the answers. Here are their names. I will show you an illustration of a workplace and a home for 30 seconds each. And I want you to identify at least 5 possible hazards found in each photo. Once you have found the hazards, I want you to look at the potential risks that may result if they are taken for granted. And what could be done to prevent or avoid accidents or injuries from happening based on the photos. Generals, are you ready? Students, are you ready? Here is the first photo. Time's up. Now, let us look at photo number 2. Are you ready? Your 30 seconds starts now. Time's up. Wasn't it exciting? I'm sure your eyes went around the screen trying to look for the possible hazards. And did you find a lot?
The hazard in the picture is the tilted bookshelf. Since it is tilted, it may fall onto the lady and injure the lady.
Another hazard you can spot in this picture is the wet floor. Wet floors can cause someone to slip and bump their head. In order to prevent this, make sure to mop immediately whenever you see water on the floor.
One of the hazards in this workplace is the broken chair. Frequent maintenance of the office furniture can let us know what is the safety and health hazards in the office.
There's an open cabinet that is full of things inside of it. The things inside the cabinet may fall onto a person's head.
The next potential hazard in this picture is the overloaded circuits and sockets. Since it's overloaded, there's too much current passing through the electric wires that might cause the wires to overheat, melt, and start a fire.
I find the stairs to be very hazardous. Why? Considering that there are boxes blocking the pathway and there are no railings to be seen within the picture, this could cause major accidents to occur and happen.
One hazard that I can spot is the door. Strangers can come and go inside whether they are permitted or not. Always make sure that our house is safe from any intruders.
From the picture, the broken fluorescent light can be a hazard with its exposed wirings that can lead up to fire.
One example of a hazard is the open medicine cabinet. Always close the medicine cabinet or move it to a place where children may not be able to reach it.
In the scene, it depicts a situation where the coffee mixture is spilling around. There is a high chance and a risk that it can cause a fire outbreak. We must be reliable and smart to our own appliances and ensure that it does not cause any accidents and any hazardous happenings to us.
Congratulations! You are all correct. Students, did you also get the same answers? If yes, good job. You have probably realized the importance of occupational safety and health by now, not just in our workplace, but also at home. But as a student, since most of you are at home, what do you think you can do to make your homes safe and healthy? Post your answers on our official Facebook page, www.facebook.com/TLE with Teacher Mike. You can post a video or just plain text. Be creative. And do not forget to write your name and your school, and in your post, do not forget to use the hashtag TLE with Teacher Mike. I cannot wait to see your responses. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. I hope you learn a lot. In the next episode, we will be talking about understanding computers. So mark your calendars because I am sure it's going to be another fun episode. Once again, I am Teacher Mike, your grade 9 TLE teacher, always reminding you to never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Thank you for watching DepEd TV. I'll see you next time.